Hello. My name is Mio Eriksson. I'm a 15-year-old boy living in Norway, and today we're going to talk about a kind of sort of theme for me, which I haven't really talked about that much before. But first of all, I'm going to give you a little update. As of today, it is night towards the 28th of June, Saturday, and so it has been Friday. I have had two meetings. One meeting with a man named Fabian, which went into building his website, and one meeting with my mentor Sven Andre, which is a very nice man, and I cannot believe he's giving me all this information for free. If you're watching this in 10 years from now, I really hope that I still have a connection with Sven Andre, because I think he is one of those people who has given me the most for very little value back. Even though I have built his website and I do market for his business, but of course, yeah, you get the drill. I still kind of I get so much out of him that it almost feels free. Quote Alex Hormozy. Okay, today we're going to talk about school. I personally do not love school at all. Personally, I kind of hate school because I do not really understand the concept of having to go through, okay, I can just say go through school just to be able to complete a task so that you may get a job, basically. Why can you not just learn by falling? That's something I can go into, how the real way, in my opinion, to learn something is by failing. For example, when you were first born, the only way you could learn to walk was by falling. And in my opinion, school doesn't really teach by letting you fall. It rather teaches by giving you, um, what should I say, mean comments. Basically, if you do something wrong, then they will say that this is wrong, never do it again. And that's not really the way to learn, though, is it? In my opinion, of course. Mm, Something I think I've said maybe once or twice before is that I have a dream of not going to school. I have gotten into a school called Heltberg, Vegas, which is a very nice private school, which does have a business line and marketing, which I do really enjoy. I think I will get a lot of value out of this school, but in my opinion, I might just have to quit basically high school, you would say in English. Mostly because if I could get 5 hours out of 5 days a week just by saying no to school, then 5 hours every day of more with more work can definitely make me more money than school probably ever could, in my opinion, of course. And the reason as to why I say that is because, in my opinion, the best way to make money is by getting it from people, not from bosses. What I'm trying to say is that having a job isn't really, in my opinion, of course, the best way of earning money. I think that if you can get money from people actually wanting to give you money, you can scale that, of course, make more money than a job ever could give you. And if not going to school will make me more money than going to school, then of course I will choose not going to school. Not going to school, I said that very quickly, I'm sorry. But now you would probably say, but money is the only thing you could get out of school. And then, of course, I've asked myself the question, what else can I get out of school? And what I found out is that as one of Norway's richest men, who goes by the name Petter Petter A. Stordalen, and one of the things that he has said and he really stands for is how You do not go to school to build characters, you go to school to build a character. And characters in Norwegian is grades in English, basically. So you don't really go to school to get those grades, you go to school to get that character, because when you're going to get a job, you're going to be based mainly off your character. And then I can go into how, me personally, what I think is that owning a business will teach me and make me a way better human and way easier to talk to, for example, than if I would go to school. Going to school will mostly just teach you how to think, not how to imply, basically. You can think a lot, but you may not be able to speak what you think. But in business, you really have to speak a lot, and of course, therefore, you will learn to speak. It's also one of the reasons as to why I do on this channel, because first of all, owning a YouTube channel and talking to it is going to help me improve my speech. But also having this English channel will definitely improve my English, which will probably come in handy when I am older. And of course, I won't go into why I own the YouTube channels, but it is to document my journey on YouTube, so that I may look back in 10 years and really believe I did something, you know? So, why do I not like school? Because it doesn't give you enough value for what value you put in. Why do I wish to quit school? Because owning a business is better, and quitting school will give me so much more time to focus on a business. Now, why is really owning a business better? As I've said, it builds a character, or yeah, but it also, in my opinion, it is actually super easy to make money from a business nowadays. And 90% of my viewers are not business owners, and hopefully some of you guys may turn into a business owner pretty soon. Of course, that's up to you, but in my opinion, mm, that's, yeah, of course, that's why one of the reasons as to why business is easy right now is because 90% of my viewers do not own a business. And why is that? Because people are lazy. And I believe that people are very lazy. I myself, I am very lazy. I just sit in a chair, it's this chair, every single day for now 10 hours in the summer break or summer vacation, and just type my keyboard, basically. Kind of. Of course, I do things, but I personally wouldn't say I'm as lazy as many people are, because many people just choose to scroll on TikTok for maybe 4-6 hours a day, watch Netflix and eat burgers for maybe 2-3 hours a day, and just spend their day wasting it, which is of course the worst thing you could ever do. Two, or really one thing that I like to think about is me laying on the deathbed when I'm like, 90 years old, laying on my deathbed and thinking about my life. Will I look back and see myself just scrolling on TikTok for 90% of my life? Or do I look back and see myself building, creating, and just doing and getting things out of it? Of course, it is option number two, because yeah, you get the drill, basically. I don't really have to say that. So of course, that's one of the reasons as to why business is easy. It's because everybody is lazy. Not that many people choose to do, and of course that makes it easier. And one of my main reasons as to why business is also a lot easier now, for example, than it was back in the day, is because of the internet and because of, for example, marketing. I really, it's typical for me to say because I do own a marketing company, but I think marketing is so much easier, so much better than it was back in the day. mostly because you can target one ICP for very cheap, and you can do it very well. And of course, you have basically infinite volume because all you need is money. Money can generate ads, ads can generate more money, and then you can keep the cycle going. And you can add things to that cycle which will increase the amount of money that you get, and then you can start putting money into your pocket, and that's where the real money is made, basically. Yeah, and it's about how you can sell a feeling. I have, of course, I do own a marketing company, so it's kind of easy for me to say again, but it's kind of funny how marketing nowadays is. There is a lot of manipulation in it, and it's kind of fun to be able to say that I can manipulate a lot of people. And essentially, it's all about selling a feeling. I can probably make you feel happy, and I can make you feel sad. I can make you feel longing after something, and that's marketing, basically. And I'm not saying this to boost my brand or my business. I'm saying it to teach you how you can do it. So if you're not lazy, you will win. So if you increase by 1% every single day, you will win, basically. Yeah, and how you can pay. You can put money into something and then you will make money from it. And a lot of people watching this video, as I said, do not own businesses, so it will be hard to kind of understand it. But once you, in my opinion, once you manage to make $1 or kroner from the internet, you will experience that kind of crashing feeling, or not crashing, of course, but that boom feeling in your heart, basically, because you can have a future making money from the internet. And yeah, I won't go into that, but how once you make your first dollar, I think it's so much easier to just keep making money from the internet because you see that you can actually make money. This video turned out kind of long, so I will try to cut it. I don't know if there is a lot more to say, actually. I think it's all about the volume. Nowadays you can put so much volume for very cheap, and it can be very good volume, basically very nice volume. Yeah, and of course, as I try to say in every video, a quote from today, Mio Eriksson, is how you need to be big, but you have to act small. Yeah, you can think about that a little bit, and then I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.